In 1981, the first stories of a gay cancer began to be reported. By the end of the following year, scientists had identified the phenomena as acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS changed everything. The euphoria that came with the newfound freedom of the late 70s gave way to the fear, paranoia, blame, and guilt associated with the spread of the disease in the early 80s. In the absence of scientific knowledge or governmental leadership, gays and lesbians banded together like never before. As members of the lowest risk group, lesbians had little to gain by joining the battle against AIDS. But they did not stand idly by. As more and more of their gay brothers became infected, they were among the first to lead local blood drives, organize direct action protests for health reform, and establish community education programs. Not only for their rights, but for their very lives.
The following song, Love Don't Need a Reason, was co-written by Michael Callan, a member of the Flirtations and a solo recording artist, as well as a survivor of AIDS for 13 years. Ever controversial, Michael was instrumental in the development of the first safe-sex guidelines. He co-founded the PWA self-empowerment movement and actually coined the phrase PWA. Michael lost his battle with AIDS on December 27th of this past year. The Bayshore Cruisers would like to salute Michael, not only for his activism, but for his enormous contributions to the music of our community.
If your heart always
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Leslie Taylor. Would Leslie Taylor please see the house manager in the lobby at this time? Thank you. During the 80s, more and more individuals developed a stronger identity within the homosexual community. Many chose to come out to their families. Although this sometimes resulted in strengthened ties, too often these sons and daughters faced the pain of rejection. As a result, lesbians and gays redefined their family values, finding a new source of strength and support through relationships with lovers and lifelong friends.
His
Although not legally recognized, lesbians and gays have shared long-term relationships throughout history. Already facing the stresses encountered in any relationship, same-sex couples must also overcome additional societal pressures and prejudice. The Tampa Bay Gay Men's Chorus wishes to pay tribute to these couples and to all relationships based on love and commitment.
Well, Frank and I met in Detroit 45 years ago, May 18th.
And ours a pickup.
I can't say that we are madly in love, but I tell you, the way I look at our love is like a tree. You start out small, it was tender, but as it grew stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's the main thing, and that's how come you stay together. Sure, we've had troubles. We're human beings.
We all had our problems, but the thing is, you learn to compromise. You talk to one another, and you finally say if it's a major thing, you sit down and talk about it, and then come to a compromise and say, okay, this is the way we do it, and then you do it that way.
Some of you gotta give.
Oh, you got to way, yeah. Everybody's got to give and take. That's how it is.
No.
I used to be the world's worst at being stubborn.
No.
Bobby could say something that hurt my feelings. 5 minutes, Bobby forgot it. 3 days later, I'm still slammed doors.
Here's Chip, not one shoulder. She had a
Don't bother my chest.
Well, we've been together, we've traveled together. And that means all through Europe, and Greece down, to the east, Hong Kong, Thailand, Australia, and to South America, as well as our own country. We've enjoyed life, we've enjoyed travel, and being together.
But you see, before the Second World War, I never heard the word gay used in connotation to homosexuality. It was always you were a queer, you were a fag, you were a homosexual, but the word gay was never used in reference to our community.
But it was very hard. People had a hard life. Lost a lot of friends, committed suicide. As a matter of fact, we had one friend, the vice squad. There was more vice squad there at the funeral than there were people. Because they wanted to see who would come to this funeral so they could picture them and point out who was gay and who was not. This was the time of John's committee.
They used to do that. They take the driver's license tags and all that. Yeah.
They did all that. They took the tag numbers outside, things like that. And I thought that was a sad thing. And he drank quite a bit. So what we all did, a bunch of us went down to the bar. We told the bartender what we wanted. We wanted a glass, a nice glass. We were willing to pay for the glass because when we get through with it, we're going to smash it. We all had one drink for free and smash the glass. And I think, to me, celebration like that means, to me, I want to celebrate. I'm going to leave something in my will that says, I want you people to have a blast because I want this to be a situation of celebration. I look back at where we at the wedding, that you look out on these, 20-some thousand.
Oh, there was.
Whatever was there, I
There
don't
was,
know.
I think close to 20,000.
That they would have the courage. I didn't think I'd ever in my life see something like this. My eyes would ever look on something that would stand here like this in Washington, D.C., committing themselves to each other.
I tell everybody, I've been to a lot of parties, and if I never go any more, I have been to the greatest and the biggest party that was ever was, and it was so beautiful. I don't care what the papers print, how hard they have to go to get their pictures that they could see fit to put in the paper to judge us. Our people were beautiful.
I've always said, and I feel strongly, and I'll be sure to say it more than once. If you don't love yourself, and you don't think you're worth anything, nobody else can do anything for you. So it's up to you. And I realize, especially in our lifestyle, what people call a lifestyle, it is, and because most of us are denigrated or looked down on, that it is difficult, but it's much more difficult to love yourself and say, I am somebody, and I am important, and I am God's, one of God's things that's here, and that's all that really matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us to salute Al Rutz, Frank Murray, Kay Thompson, and Bobby Smith. It cannot be denied that much progress has been made since that hot summer night in June 25 years ago. And although there have been significant achievements in the struggle for equality, the dream of full civil rights has not yet been realized. Like the courageous who stood up to intolerance at Stonewall, we too must now take up the banner and continue the struggle for social change. Our direction must not waver. Our pace must not falter, for social change is a gradual process. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., our freedom was not won a century ago, it is not won today, but some small part of it is in our hands, and we are marching no longer by ones and twos, but in legions of thousands, convinced now it cannot be denied by any human force. The Tampa Bay Gay Men's Chorus is proud to present the world premiere of a new work that honors those heroes who have championed the pursuit of tolerance, justice, and equality for all. To those heroes of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and to Sylvia Rodriguez Kimball, whose vision lives with us.